Hello everybody, thank you so much for tuning in today. My name is Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan. I am coming to you live from the baseball field at Acton Boxborough Regional High School in Acton, Massachusetts. Here for some more Lou Tompkins All-Star League Youth Baseball action. Today's game is between the hosting Acton team and visiting Brookline. Brookline comes in with a 4-2 record and are in the midst of a 3-game winning streak that dates back to early last week. It started with an impressive 7-0 win over then undefeated Waltham, was followed with a 10-6 comeback win over at the time winless Muddy River, and then of course yesterday Brookline went out on the road to play against a 500 team in Natick and came away with another impressive win by a final score of 8-1. That was yesterday, and today they are facing another difficult foe. Acton comes into this with the best record in the A division at 5-0. Team has yet to lose a game. They've been stomping through their competition, an 11-0 win over Muddy River to open the season, a 4-1 win over Medford, a 1-0 nail-biter against Woburn, an 8-2 win over Weston Wellesley, and most recently a 10-2 win again against Woburn, and that was yesterday. So both teams coming off a streak of wins. Brookline, after an up-and-down start, seems to have found its rhythm, while Acton seems to have always had its rhythm so far. So we'll see who keeps things up and gets another point in the win column today. In the meantime, let's take a look at our starting lineups. We'll start with the host team, Acton. Leading off, number 35, the shortstop, Timmy Coakley. Following him up, we have number 24, the center fielder, Jack Bartle. After that is Kevin Campbell, number 34, the first baseman. Batting cleanup, the catcher, number 11, Kyle Chi. After that is the right fielder, number 33, Nick Beck. Followed by today's pitcher for Acton, number 39, Alex Smith. After that is Frank Ricardone, the third baseman, number 37. Then Timmy Smith, number 20, the second baseman. And rounding it out is Drew Richardson, the extra hitter. And then number 46, the left fielder, Jake Offiero. My apologies there. So that's the starting lineup for Acton. Once again, Coakley, Bartle, Campbell, Chi, Beck, Smith, Ricardone, Smith again, Richardson, and Offiero. So now we switch over to the Brookline lineup, and they lead things off again with Owen Roach, number 1. He's playing second base today. Roach has been putting together some pretty solid outings in the past 2 games he's played in over the course of this win streak. He's gone 3 for 7 with a walk, 2 stolen bases, 2 runs scored, and an RBI. After him is the third baseman, number 8, Rocco Shorgy, who has easily been the most consistent at getting on base in this Brookline roster. 4 for 7 with 3 walks for an on-base percentage of .700 over the course of this 3-game win streak, combined with 5 stolen bases and 6 runs scored. Batting third is the right fielder, number 16, Aiden Chin. He's been pretty effective as well. 3 for 6 over the past 2 games he's played in, with a double, 2 walks, a steal, 2 runs, and 3 RBIs. Batting cleanup is today's pitcher for Brookline. That's John Kim, number 47. He's had a solid outing at the plate so far. He's had 1 start, and has gone 1 for 3 with a double, a walk, 2 runs, and an RBI. His last time out at the plate was that comeback win over Muddy River. He had a shaky 4-inning stint, gave up 5 runs, but only 1 of them earned, on 2 hits, 1 walk, 2 hit batters, and a whopping 9 strikeouts in just 4 innings. So, in a lot of ways, a pretty impressive outing. Just had some tough goings in the field at that time. We'll see if things work out a little better for him today. Batting fifth is the catcher, number 20, and the big hitter of yesterday's win, Jasper Reed. In that game, he put up an impressive line, 2 for 4 with a double, a home run, 2 runs scored, and 3 RBIs. So drove in almost half of Brookline's 8 runs with an impressive 2-run double and a towering solo home run to deep center in the 7th inning. Batting sixth will be the shortstop, number 15, Caleb McGrath. He's been pretty strong in the field as the captain of the infield in the past 2 games he's played. He's gone 2 for 5 with a double, 2 walks, a strikeout, a steal, a run, and an RBI. After that is Andrew Silverman, the center fielder, usually wearing number 9, but Brookline's wearing their alternate jerseys today, so Silverman has jersey number 22. And he's had some solid outings as well. 1 for 4, but with 2 walks, strikeout, a sac fly, 2 runs scored, and an RBI. And of course, all stats just covering the past 3 games that I've been able to cover and broadcast for this team. Following Silverman is the extra hitter for today, number 6, Jack Martell. Martell has had 2 starts over this 3-game win streak. He's gone 2 for 5 with 2 walks, 2 strikeouts, 3 runs scored, and 2 RBIs. Then we have number 27, Eli Rothman. Rothman has started all 3 of the past games. He's gone 1 for 6 at the plate with 2 walks, 3 strikeouts, a steal, and 2 RBIs. And then rounding out the lineup for Brookline is number 11, the left fielder, Brage Golding, the lone lefty in this starting lineup. Golding has also played in each of the past 3 games. He's gone 0 for 5 at the plate, but he's still found ways to be part of the offense. 1 walk, 1 steal, a sac fly, 2 runs scored, and an RBI. So that rounds out the Brookline lineup as the coaches confer with the umpires. And we are almost ready to start this game. We are slated for a 7 p.m. start. It is 2 minutes to 7 right now. Now, I mentioned Jasper Reed's home run, and looking at the open pasture that stretches out beyond this Acton Boxborough High School field, it's certainly going to be difficult for anyone on either side to pull off any out-of-the-park dingers unless they manage to hit it deep into the woods, perhaps in right field. But going out to center field, that just tracks out to what appears to be the practice football field, and the same case in left field. So unlikely that we'll be seeing another out-of-the-park homer like we got to see yesterday with Jasper Reed. Still should make for one heck of a game. Once again, Brookline coming in with a 4-2 record and a 3-game win streak, over the course of which they have outscored their opponents 25-7. And of course, the pitchers have been doing a fantastic job over the course of that point. A combined 3 earned runs, if I'm not mistaken, over the course of 20 innings pitched over the last 3 games. Of course, Jake Levin yesterday delivered another stellar outing, pitched 6 innings, gave up 1 earned run in the first, and then shut them down the rest of the way, allowed 5 hits, did not walk a single batter, and struck out 6. This coming after his complete game shutout against Waltham last week, where he pitched the full 7 innings, no runs, didn't give up a hit until the 5th inning, didn't give up a walk until I think the 6th or 7th inning. Only 2 strikeouts that time, but the fielders backed him up well. As I said before, John Kim delivered a solid 4-inning outing as the starter against Muddy River, but some struggles in the field resulted in a total of 5 runs allowed, even though only 1 was earned. He did strike out 9 batters, although 2 did not go for outs due to dropped third strikes.
Thank you, Jenny. No.
Jack Martell has also been a solid pitcher coming out of the bullpen. No starts, but he's made 2 appearances for a combined 3 innings of relief and just 1 earned run over that time, 1 hit, 1 walk, and 5 strikeouts. So some impressive numbers over this winning streak by both the pitchers and some of the hitters, particularly the guys at the top of the lineup. Like I mentioned, Roach, Shorgy, and Shin have all been pretty consistent, as has Jasper Reed, as well as some other guys like Caleb McGrath and Jack Martell. And even the guys who don't have the most impressive batting averages have still found ways to be part of the offense. As I mentioned, Eli Rothman may have only been 1 for 6 over the past 3 games, but he still drove in 2 runs. And Brage Golding has been 0 for 5, but he still scored twice and driven in a run. So this Brookline team has found a great many ways to get runs across, whether it be the kind of big hits that we saw yesterday against Natick, a pair of 2-run doubles and a home run, or whether it be some nice small ball play, scoring on some sac flies or some bloop singles, even some bases loaded walks or a wild pitch. But now it seems like we're ready to get underway as Owen Roach is stepping into the box to lead off the top of this first inning. The pitcher again for Acton is Alex Smith. Here's the wind of the first pitch of the game. It's low for ball 1 to Roach. Here comes the pitch. This one in there for strike 1. So an early 1-1 count to Roach. Pitcher wasting no time between pitches as he winds again. And Roach connects on this one. This one's hit well. He got all of it. Going out deep to left center field. This one's going to go for extra bases. Roach rounds first, runs down to second, and comes in standing up for a lead-off double. Impressive first at-bat of the game by Owen Roach. He launched that one right into the gap in left center. Came in for an easy stand-up double. Now up is Rocco Shorgy with a runner on second. Smith checks the runner and fires. In there for a strike. So 0-1 the count. Smith sets, checks the runner, winds and delivers, and he hits him! That one hit Rocco Shorgy right in the leg, and he trots down to first base, and very quickly Brookline has 2 runners on as Aiden Chin steps to the plate. Chin has been doing pretty well, knocking in runs in the 2 games he's played over this 3-game winning streak. Had an RBI single in a game against Waltham, and had a 2-run double yesterday against Natick that drove in the very base runners that he has on base now. Owen Roach at second base and Rocco Shorgy at first. As I said, these first 2 hitters have been doing a bang-up job of getting on base, particularly Shorgy with a blistering 700 on-base percentage, and that's before he just reached base again. So we'll see what Chin is able to deliver this time. First pitch from Smith, and he cracks it, and this one's flying out to right field. Is it going to drop? It does drop. Runners are taking off. Roach decides to hold at third. So a delayed takeoff for both the runners as they waited to see if the right fielder would chase down that ball. He ultimately couldn't, and so Chin stands at first with a long single to right field as all the other runners held. And now coming up, the cleanup hitter, John Kim, hoping to add to his cause before he even needs to take the mound. Bases loaded, nobody out. Smith winds and delivers. Kim connects with it. It's a grounder over to second. They're going to try to go for the double play. 4-6-3, and they hit it. But the run still comes in. Owen Roach comes in to score. And Brookline takes a 1-0 lead. Like I said, Brookline finding all sorts of ways to score. Whether it's pretty or ugly, they do not care, as the catcher, Jasper Reed, steps in. Pitch from Smith. Swung on and missed. Strike one. As I said, Reed had a towering day yesterday, a 2-run double and a solo home run. We'll see what he can deliver today. The 0-1 from Smith. He swings and connects. This is a grounder over to third, juggled by the third baseman. He tries to recover and throw. The throw is wide, and he can't make it in time. Jasper reaches on the error at third, and Rocco Shorgy comes in to score. Brookline leads 2-0. Now stepping in is Caleb McGrath. His team already up 2-0. Pitch from Smith. He connects on it and sends it. Oh, no, that was caught by the pitcher. A nice catch by the pitcher, Alex Smith, on a liner right back to him. I thought that ball was going to go up the middle for a single. Tough luck for McGrath as the top of the first comes to an end. Brookline managed to get a number of runners on base. No big hits to drive people in, but they still managed to get some runs across. So 2-0 the score as Brookline gets ready to take the field. And due up in the bottom of the first will be the top of Acton's lineup, that being Timmy Coakley, Jack Bartle, and Kevin Campbell, as John Kim warms up on the mound. His first start since that Muddy River game last week.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure if they canceled the fall sports.
We'll see what he's able to do today.
I think everyone's just doing their best they can to stay healthy.
Currently got one of the backups, Nathan Turetsky, working with him on the warm-up pitches as he waits for Jasper Reed to get suited up, as Reed was on base to end that inning after reaching on the error by the third baseman that allowed Rocco Shorgy to score. So for those of you who've been counting, since the start of this winning streak, Rocco Shorgy has now reached base 8 times in 11 plate appearances, and he has come around to score 7 of the 8 times that he has reached base. That's the kind of consistency that coaches only wish they could get at the top of their lineup. I mean, when it's almost automatic that your guy is going to not only reach base but come around and score, that speaks to the reliability not only of that guy but also of the meat of your lineup to drive in those runs. And granted, those runs weren't driven in the prettiest of ways this past half inning. But as I said before the game, Brookline has a variety of ways of scoring runs, and they don't care if it's pretty or ugly. They're just happy to get on the board. So the last of the warm-up pitches is thrown, and the first batter of the bottom of the first inning, Timmy Coakley, stepping up to the plate to face off against Brookline pitcher John Kim. Kim sets, first pitch of the half inning. Catches the high end of the strike zone, strike one. Kim winds. And this one's connected on. It's flying out to left center field. Outfielders chasing after it. Nice catch by Andrew Silverman. Ball hung in the air just a little too long for the speedy Silverman, who covers that center field position so well. We've seen him make a number of nice catches, but that one's got to be among the nicest. Now coming up is Jack Bartle with 1 out. Pitch coming from Kim. That one is high for ball 1. 1-0 the count. The pitch from Kim. High again for ball 2. Once again, Brookline leading 2-0 over Acton. Kim winds and delivers. This one's connected, and it's flying out to left center again, but an easier track down for Silverman. Andrew Silverman very quickly contributing on defense with 2 catches out there in center field. And now we see the third batter of the lineup, and that's Kevin Campbell. Kim delivers, and this one's connected on, flying out to right field. It drops in front of Chin, and that'll be a clean single. So now coming up is the cleanup hitter, Kyle Chi, the catcher. Now with a runner on first base after a clean single by Campbell. Aiden Chin with a smart play to not get too aggressive. Just let the ball bounce a couple times in front of him and collect it so that an error doesn't result in extra bases. The pitch from Kim is low for ball 1. Kevin Campbell standing at first base for Acton, with Kyle Chi at the plate facing a 1-0 count. Kim checks the runner, steps off the bag to get him to step back to first. Wind up in the pitch. This one's connected on. It's another fly out to center field. Andrew Silverman staying busy as he catches all 3 outs of the first inning. 1 hit, but didn't get further than first base, as already the defense showing signs of being able to back up Kim very well, particularly with that first catch by Andrew Silverman. Score after 1, Brookline 2, Acton 0. I am Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan, coming to you live from Acton Boxborough Regional High School. I'm going to take a quick mute break between innings, but I will be right back. Stay tuned. Hello everybody, welcome back to Acton Boxborough Regional High School in Acton, Massachusetts. I am still Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan, bringing you this Lou Tompkins youth baseball game between Brookline and Acton. We start the top of the second with Brookline leading 2-0 and the center fielder Andrew Silverman leading off after catching all 3 outs at the bottom of the first. First pitch from Alex Smith is in there for a strike. A 1 pitch, connects on it. This one's bouncing over to third, well grabbed by the third baseman, throws and catches him. Slightly difficult hop, but well collected rather by the third baseman, Frank Ricardone. Some nice redemption there after committing an error at the end of the top of the first that resulted in a run scored. Now batting for Brookline is Jack Martell. He connects on the first pitch, sends it right back to the pitcher for another easy ground out. So 2 quick outs in a matter of 3 pitches, and now Eli Rothman steps to the plate for Brookline. Pitch. That one's over his head. He had to duck a bit. Ball 1. Next pitch. Gets in the zone for strike 1. 1-1 the count. Next pitch from Smith. He connects on this one, sends it out to the shortstop. Bobbled a little bit, but recovered, throws, and gets him. So a quick 1-2-3 inning in the top of the second. Alex Smith recovers from that rocky start in the top of the first and sends Brookline's batters down in order. And we get ready for the bottom of the second. Score still Brookline 2, Acton 0. John Kim getting ready to take the mound once again after relatively easy bottom of the first inning through just 8 pitches over the bottom of the first inning, resulting in 3 flyouts and a single to right field. As I said before, Andrew Silverman was responsible for all 3 of those outs. He got on his horse to track down a long hanging fly ball in left center that would have gone for at least a single, if not potentially extra bases. Then tracked down another couple of fly balls that didn't require as much running. Hauled one fly out in from Jack Bartle, and then 2 batters later, one from Kyle Chi. The lone single, of course, coming from Kevin Campbell. But now starting off the bottom of the second as we finish our warm-ups, we have Nick Beck, the right fielder, number 33, stepping into the box for Acton. Kim sets. First pitch at the bottom of the second is high and inside, ball 1. 1-0 pitch. Just high again, ball 2. Pitch. Connects on this one, and this one's flying deep out to left center. I don't think anyone's going to catch that one. That one is tracking all the way down. This is easily going to be a double, and he stands up with the double. Boy, that kind of goes back to the point I was making before the game about how deep the pasture goes beyond where a fence might be in some ballparks. That one could have gone for a round tripper if it was in another ballpark, but it just ends up being a double, as now Alex Smith comes in to try and help his cause. First pitch is fouled off to the backstop. So 0-1 the count, runner on second. Kim checks the runner and fires. Catches the low inside corner for strike 2. There's one thing Kim's got. He's got nice movement on some of his pitches. Delivers this one, and it drops into the strike zone for strike 3. Right as I say it, he delivers another nice pitch. Drops off the table, but off a high table and into the strike zone for a strikeout, looking in the first out of the inning. Next up is Frank Ricardone. Kim checks the runner and fires. That one is high over Ricardone's head, ball 1. Kim sets. Winds and delivers. Just low, ball 2. Kim checks the runner and steps off the bag. But the second baseman had already started to move back to his position, so no pickoff play could be made. 2-0 the count. Winds and delivers. That one's low again, ball 3. 3-0 now the count to Frank Ricardone. Kim checks the runner and fires. Right down Broadway for strike 1. Kim sets. 3-1 pitch. Curves and drops in there for strike 2. Full count. Payoff pitch. Connects on this one. This one's going out to left. Caught by Golding. Throws back to second, but the runner dives back in time. And that'll be the second out of the inning. So next up is Timmy Smith, a lefty, first lefty hitter I believe that we've seen out of this Acton lineup thus far. And the first pitch is inside for ball 1. 1-0 the count. Kim checks the runner and fires. And that one's in there for strike 1. 1-1 the count. 2 down in the bottom of the second. But Beck still threatening from second base. Pitch. And it's fouled down the first base line for strike 2. Kim sets. 1-2 pitch. High for ball 2. Kim sets, steps off the bag to check the runner. Some of you might have noticed you can hear the smacking of a glove even when I'm not saying the pitch is being thrown. We got some guys practicing pitching behind us. Here comes the pitch from Kim. Check swing, grounder over to first baseman. Tosses it over to Kim, who covers the bag, and that ends the inning. The 3-1 play gets the final out, and Brookline comes away unscathed. That goes back to what I said. You wonder if there was a fence at this field, if maybe Beck would have gotten around Tripper and gotten the run. Instead, he is simply stranded, and the score remains Brookline 2, Acton 0. I am Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan, live at Acton Boxborough Regional High School, and we'll be taking a brief break between innings, but I'll be back in a short bit. Stay tuned. Hello and welcome back. This is Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan, live at Acton Boxborough Regional High School in Acton, Mass. for some youth baseball action between Brookline and Acton. We start the top of the third with Brookline coming back to the plate, and it's the lefty Brage Golding who takes the first pitch for a ball from Alex Smith. He winds for the 1-0 pitch, just catches the outside corner for strike one. Brookline leading Acton 2-0 after 2 innings. And the 1-1 pitch, connected on by Golding, and he sends it up the middle for a clean single. So Brage Golding gets things started. And over the course of the, this is now the 4th game of this team I've managed to cover. That's the first clean hit I've seen from Golding, and that is nice to see as we turn things around to the top of the lineup with Owen Roach. First pitch is connected on, it's a grounder, fielded by the shortstop, and the throw to second is dropped. And one of the guys from the dugout saying, nice job by Golding, forcing them to rush the throw, and it was a bit of a rushed throw. So first pitch swing by Roach results in a fielder's choice and a reach-on error for Golding, as now Rocco Shorgy steps in. He shows bunt, but pulls back. As it was a low pitch, I believe that's going to go for ball one. Shorgy in a different situation from where he usually appears. Usually he's the guy getting on base. Now he's got 2 guys on base. Smith checks Golding at second and fires. Again, Shorgy shows bunt, and again he pulls back as the pitch is way inside for ball 2. So a 2-0 count. Nobody out. Here comes the pitch. That one catches the inside corner for strike one.
There we go, Rocco.
So the first time Shorgy doesn't show bunt is the first time they get it in the strike zone. 2-1 the count. Runners at first and second. Pitch connects and fouls it off his own foot. So that's 2-2 the count now to Shorgy. As I said before, Shorgy now has 7 runs scored over the course of this game plus the past 3. but does not have an RBI in that stretch. Pitch, swings, connects as a grounder over to third. They get the lead runner at third, throw over to first, not in time. So a fielder's choice as Golding is out at third, but everyone else reaches safely. And with 1 out and 2 men on, Aiden Chin comes back to the plate. Of course, Chin last time had that long single to right as the first pitch is low for a ball. That was a hit that could have potentially driven in a run, but it was such a borderline play that all the runners kind of had to hold up for most of it. And he connects on this one. It's another grounder to third, and this time it takes a weird hop and bounces away from the third baseman, and everyone reaches safely. So arguably the second error of this inning.
Let you go, KC!
And now John Kim steps to the plate, hoping to help out his own cause. Last time he grounded into a double play that still drove in a run. And for the second at-bat in a row, he comes up with the bases loaded. Only difference is, last time there were no outs, this time there are 2. Pitch from Smith. In there for strike 1. Wind up in the pitch. This one's in the dirt, collected by the catcher. And that's a 1-1 count. And that's one thing the catcher's got to be careful about. Now that Brookline has a runner on third, anything that gets by him could potentially be another run. The 1-1 pitch from Smith. Catches the inside corner for strike 2. 1-2 the count. Brookline hoping to add to their lead. Here's the pitch. Swung on and missed. And that's strike 3. So 2 down now in the inning as Jasper Reed comes up, and I miscounted the outs before Kin came up. But either way, now it's bases loaded, 2 outs for Jasper Reed. First pitch, he connects on it. That one's going over the shortstop's head. In comes Roach. Shorgy rounds third. He's coming in. The throw down to third to try and catch Chin. They don't catch him, and Shorgy comes in to score. Jasper Reed with another big hit. And he brings in 2 more runs. And sends Aiden Chin down to third, but the liner single over the shortstop. Caleb McGrath now back up at the plate again. Pitch from Smith. Inside for ball 1. Of course, McGrath ended the top of the first with a line out to the pitcher. Brookline now leading 4-0. 2 outs, runners on the corners. Pitch, Reed takes off, and a nice one through the gap by McGrath, and Chin comes in.
Good job! Good job! Let you, Andrew!
So Brookline now leading 5-0 after an RBI single by Caleb McGrath. Drives in Aiden Chin, and now Andrew Silverman steps to the plate. With runners on first and second and 2 down. First pitch is in there for a strike. And one thing I didn't mention is with that hit and run play with Reed dashing for second, the shortstop actually came over to cover second, which gave McGrath a little bit more of an opening on that left side for the single. Next pitch in the zone again for a strike. Andrew Silverman now facing the 0-2 count. Runners on first and second, 2 down here in the top of the third. Smith checks the runner and fires and catches the zone again. 3 quick strikes for the strikeout of Andrew Silverman. And that ends the top of the third. But not before Brookline is able to add to its lead, go from 2-0 to 5-0, courtesy of a pair of RBI singles by Jasper Reed and Caleb McGrath. And of course, also courtesy of some fielding errors as well. Rounding out the inning, it started off with a clean single up the middle by Brage Golding, followed by Owen Roach grounding into what should have been a fielder's choice, but Golding was able to force a rushed throw, and the error on either the throw by the shortstop or the catch by the second baseman, your call, resulted in everyone reaching safely. Rocco Shorgy grounded into a fielder's choice that did not result in an error, and this time Golding was out at third base. Aiden Chin hit a grounder that took a very strange hop and got away from the third baseman, and he reached safely on the error, as did everyone else. John Kim struck out swinging for the second out of the inning. And then Jasper Reed took the first pitch and sent a missile over the shortstop's head that allowed both Roach and Shorgy to come in to score, doubling the lead to 4-0. Then McGrath sent a single through the left gap of the infield, a gap made considerably bigger by a hit-and-run play with Reed that pulled the shortstop over to cover second, which seems a little weird given that it was a righty batter and you'd probably want your second baseman to cover in that scenario. But either way, that extended the lead to 5-0, and then Andrew Silverman struck out looking to end the inning. And now we've got Drew Richardson, the extra hitter, number 18, at the plate for Acton. First pitch from Kim is high for ball 1. One-0 pitch. Connects and skies it. Going back, Jasper Reed's chasing at the fence. He's got it. Nice tracking by Jasper Reed. He follows up his RBI hit the last half inning with a nice track up against the fence almost, just inches away from that backstop fence, and he makes the grab. So next up is Jake Offiero. His first at bat, Kim fires, high and inside, ball 1. Kim winds and delivers. That one curves into the strike zone, strike 1. I tell you, I love watching the movement on John Kim's pitches. They fool the batters so often, it is fun to watch. Next pitch, some nice curve on that one. Offiero managed to get a piece of it and foul it down the third base line. So 1-2 now the count. 1 out and nobody on. Wind up in the pitch. He fouls that one back to the backstop. Bit of an off-speed pitch there. Offiero was caught leaning into the swing early and just kind of had to protect the plate at that situation. But 2 straight fouls, and we've still got a 1-2 count. Pitch from Kim. He skies this one. Shallow right. Chin calls off Roach, and he makes the easy grab. Smart play again by Aiden Chin, as Owen Roach was chasing that one with his back to the ball, and always much easier to catch a fly ball when you're charging in than as opposed to when you're chasing it out. So we cycle back to the top of the lineup with Coakley. First pitch inside for a ball. Timmy Coakley, his last time up in the bottom of the first, he hit a nice fly ball out to left center, but Silverman chased it down, as the next pitch is in there for strike 1. One pitch. In there again. Fastball this time. After all those curves and off-speed pitches, sometimes Kim just hits you with a fastball. And the next one curves it and fouled down the third base line. Like I said, he mixes up the pace and the movement of those pitches pretty well. Can be pretty effective at fooling the hitters when it works. Next pitch. This one's a slow dribbler down to third, collected by Shorgy, pumps, throws, and catches him. The 5-3 play puts an end to a 1-2-3 inning. So as we get ready for the 4th inning, the score, Brookline 5, Acton 0. I am Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan, coming to you live from Acton-Boxborough Regional High School in Acton, Massachusetts. I'll take a quick break between innings, but I'll be back shortly. Stay tuned. And we're back here at Acton-Boxborough Regional High School. I am Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan, bringing you this youth baseball game between Brookline and Acton. We start the top of the 4th with Brookline's Jack Martell. First pitch from Acton's Alex Smith is in there for strike 1. Brookline leading 5-0 after putting up 3 runs last inning. Next pitch curves into the zone. Had Martell fooled on that one. 0-2 the very quick count. Smith fires. Martell fouls this one to the backstop and stays alive.
Let's go, J-Mart! Let's go shopping!
1-2 the count. Martell calls a quick timeout. Martell's last at bat in the top of the 2nd inning. He sent the first pitch he saw right back to the pitcher for an easy ground out. He now faces an 0-2 count. Pitch. That one does not curve into the strike zone. It stays inside for a ball. The 1-2 pitch. High and inside again for ball 2. After swinging and connecting on the first pitch he saw last at bat, Martell is making Smith work for this one. 2-2 now the count. Pitch. Swung on and missed. Strike 3. Martell goes down for the first out of this inning. And next up is Eli Rothman. His last time up, he grounded out to the shortstop to end the top of the 2nd. Pitch from Smith. Connected on the first one, and it gets away from the 3rd baseman again. Rothman reaches safely. It's been a rough day for 3rd baseman Frank Ricardone. A lot of hard hits, but hey, that's why they call it the hot corner. It's what you need to do. And now up is the lefty Brage Golding, who singled up the middle to start last inning's rally. Pitch. In the dirt for ball 1. Catcher checks Rothman back at first base. 1-0 the count. Smith checks the runner at first. Sets. And delivers. Catches the outside corner for strike 1. 1-1 now the count. Runner at first, 1 out. Pitch. That one too far inside. Ball 2. Smith checks the runner. 2-1 pitch. He connects on this one. It's a slow roller over to first. They're going for the 1-6-3 double play, or rather 3-6-1, but the pitcher's foot came off the bag. It results in a fielder's choice. They tried to go for the 3-6-1 double play, first baseman to shortstop to pitcher, but while Alex Smith was able to come over and cover, the throw was wide and he had to take his foot off of first, and so Golding reaches safely. So Owen Roach now at the plate with 2 down and a runner at first. The pitch is low, skips away from the catcher, and Golding takes off. Golding reaches second, standing up on the passed ball. So now a runner in scoring position for the top of the order as Owen Roach steps back in with a 1-0 count. Smith checks the runner and fires. In the dirt again, but this time the catcher keeps it in front of him. 2-0 now the count. Smith checks the runner, checks it again, winds and delivers, and Roach fouls this one to the backstop for strike one. 2-1 now the count. Brookline leading 5-0, now threatening again with a runner at second and 2 down here in the top of the fourth. The 2-1 pitch. Roach skies it. Shallow left, and the shortstop backs up and grabs it. So Brookline gets a runner to scoring position, but cannot get a run across this time. They maintain their 5-0 lead. Rounding up the inning, a strikeout swinging by Jack Martell. Eli Rothman reached on another error at third base, as the hot corner has been absolutely tortured by the Brookline hitters so far today. Brage Golding reached on a fielder's choice that was nearly a 3-6-1 double play, but the pitcher was pulled off the bag and could not get the last force out at first. Golding managed to get down to second on a passed ball, but a pop-up to the deepest parts of the infield by Owen Roach was caught by the shortstop to end the inning. So John Kim steps back onto the hill for the bottom of the fourth for Brookline. Thus far, he's had a very strong outing, 3 shutout innings, and he's only given up 2 hits thus far. But what's amazed me, really, is how different this outing has been from Muddy River. Whereas the Muddy River game last week, Kim had to almost cover for his struggling fielders behind him. In this game, they've been backing him up, and Kim, who had 9 strikeouts in 4 innings of work last week, only has just one strikeout through his first 3 innings of work. So now we've got Jack Bartle up to the plate to face Kim, and the first pitch is in there for a strike. Kim winds and delivers. That one drops off the table and gets past the catcher to the backstop for ball 1. The 1-1 pitch. Connected on it. Grabbed by the second baseman Roach, and he easily tosses it to first. The 4-3 ground out results in the first out of the inning. Next up is Kevin Campbell, one of the 2 players to get a hit so far, and I was wrong. Timmy Smith was not the first lefty we saw from Acton. Kevin Campbell was. We just didn't get to see much of him as he swung on the first pitch his last at-bat and sent it to right field for a clean single. First pitch this time, he swings again, but this time he misses for strike 1. The 0-1 pitch from Kim is fouled behind him for strike 2. So a quick 0-2 count to the lefty hitter Kevin Campbell. There's the pitch. Sends it high for ball 1. It's 1-2 now the count. Kim winds and fires. This one drops into the strike zone, and it's connected on for another grounder to second, and another easy play from Roach to Rothman. Now due up is the catcher, Kyle Chi. His last time up, he flew out to center field to end the bottom of the first after Campbell's 2-out single. Now he faces 2 outs again, but this time nobody on. Kim winds and fires. Swung on and missed. Strike one. Those off-speed curving pitches, Kim can really drop off the table and make a batter look silly when they work. This time it's connected on. A grounder to the short. Well fielded by McGrath. Thrown over to first. 1, 2, 3. The inning goes. A ground out to second, a ground out to second, and a ground out to short. The middle infielders getting their work in, and that really was a nice scoop up by McGrath. Ball was starting to take a weird hop. He kept his glove close to it for a quick off-the-bounce grab, and then threw it over to first to make things look easy and routine, when, as we've seen from some of the other infield gaffes so far this game, not every grounder through the infield is actually routine at this level. So some good fielding there from Brookline as they put the inning down 1, 2, and 3 and maintain their 5-0 lead. I am Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan here at Acton Boxborough Regional High School, and I'll be back after a short break. Stay tuned. And we're back live at Acton Boxborough Regional High School in Acton, Mass. My name is Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan, bringing you more of this Lou Tompkins All-Star League youth baseball game between Brookline and Acton. Brookline leading 5-0, and now coming to the plate for the top of the 5th inning, starting with Rocco Shorgy. First pitch from Alex Smith is low for ball 1. Shorgy's last at bat, he reached on a fielder's choice and later came around to score. Next pitch drops low for a ball. And of course, in the top of the 1st, he was hit by a pitch and came around to score. So he scored twice already. Next pitch is low for ball 3. So with those 2 runs scored, Shorgy has scored twice in each of Brookline's past 4 games. The 3-0 pitch, straight down the middle, 3-1, now the count. Pitch from Smith. Shorgy swings, fouls it down the third base line. Strike 2. Full count now. Here comes the payoff pitch. Swung on and fouled down the left side again. And Shorgy stays alive. Pitch. He fouls it to the backstop and stays alive again. 3 straight foul balls hit by Rocco Shorgy. First gave him his 2nd strike, and the next 2 have kept him alive so far. Pitch. Swings and connects. This one's going deep out to left field. Left fielder's chasing it. He's not going to grab it. Shorgy rounds first. He's headed down to second. He's going to get to second standing up for a double. A double to deep left field over the left fielder's head. And Rocco Shorgy starts off the top of the 5th with a bang.
Nice. And you get the audio. This is beautiful. We're going to get a contract with this guy before it's over.
Aiden Chin steps to the plate with a runner already in scoring position and nobody out here in the top of the 5th. First pitch from Smith. He connects on it and skies it. That one's going to go out to center field. Shorgy tags. Caught by the third baseman. Shorgy takes off for third. And he beats it. Cutoff man didn't even try the throw. Shorgy was going too fast. So John Kim comes back to the plate. He's been doing very well at the mound thus far. At the plate, he's had his fair share of struggles. He's come up, this is the first time he's coming up today where the bases weren't loaded. He's grounded into a double play and struck out. First pitch is low, skips away from the catcher, but Shorgy holds as it doesn't bounce far. So that's ball 1. So a 1-0 count. 1 out and a runner at third. Brookline hoping to add to their 5-0 lead. Pitch from Smith. Curves into the zone for strike 1.
head, it's tough.
1-1 pitch. Kim swings and fouls that one behind him. 1-2 now the count. 1-2 pitch from Smith. Kim swings and misses. Strike 3. Jasper Reed now coming up. Of course, well, his last time up in the top of the third, he hit a nice two-out, two-run, 2-out and 2-run, scoring single, lined over the shortstop's head. First pitch, low and away for ball 1.
Line it up there, Jasper.
1-0 pitch, and he hits it, but it's fouled harmlessly to the backstop. 1-1 the count. So 1-1 the count. Pitch from Smith. That one's low for ball 2. Jasper Reed has brought in runs in each of his at-bats. He reached on an error at third his first time and drove in Shorgy, and in the single last time drove in Roach and Shorgy. Swings on this pitch and misses. Strike 2. One-two pitch, and tipped off the bat of Reed for a foul ball. He stays alive. 2-2 the count. 2-2 pitch. Outside for ball 3. Reed's making him work, building it up to a full count. Payoff pitch. Swung on and missed, but it's dropped by the catcher, and they just harmlessly tossed to first base, and that ends the inning.
Nice hit, Rocco.
So Brookline threatens after a big double by Rocco Shorgy, but they can't get him across. They do, however, maintain a 5-0 lead. John Kim, once again not able to drive in a run this time. But with the way he's been pitching, it really doesn't matter. When you've been dealing 4 shutout innings as the starting pitcher, I think you can be forgiven a little bit for not driving in the runs on the other side. Of course, the past 2 innings have gone 1-2-3 for the Brookline pitcher. Starting in the bottom of the third, he got Drew Richardson to hit a foul pop-up that was well tracked by Jasper Reed. He got Jake Offiero to fly out to shallow right field. Got Timmy Coakley to ground out to third to end the bottom of the third. Then in the bottom of the fourth, Jack Bartle ground out to second. Kevin Campbell ground out to second. Kyle Chi ground out to short. He hasn't given up a base runner since Nick Beck's leadoff double in the bottom of the second. And would you look at who's coming up to lead off this inning? It is, in fact, Nick Beck. The last batter to get a hit off of John Kim. He has sent down the last 9 batters in order since that double. We'll see what'll happen this time. Kim with the first pitch of the half inning. In there for strike 1. The 0-1 pitch. This one's in the dirt for ball 1. Here comes the 1-1 pitch. It's grounded. Diving snag by Shorgy. Can he make the throw in time? He can! Rocco Shorgy, what a fifth inning he's having. First that booming double to deep left at the top half, and now a diving snag on a grounder to the hot corner. I mean, it could be easy to say that I've been hard on Acton's third baseman for trying to field so many hard bounces, but that's why. You put a guy at the hot corner, that's what you want him to do. Alex Smith connects on the first pitch, and it drops in front of Silverman in center field for a single. So a one-pitch single to center field by Alex Smith. And now Frank Ricardone comes up to the plate. The first hit Kim had given up in 10 batters. He sent down 10 consecutive batters before Alex Smith broke the streak with that single to center. And the first pitch to Ricardone was a strike. Here's the pitch, foul to the backstop. So 0-2 now the count. One out, runner at first. Kim sets, winds and delivers, and it's connected on, and it's dropped into shallow center for another single. Boy, you could hear how much that hit must have hurt. It came right off the end of his bat. Whenever it sounds like that, you know the guy hurt his hands. But regardless, clean single, and now we've got a pinch hitter coming in. This is number 28, Bobby Sweet, hitting for Timmy Smith. Runners on first and second, one down. First pitch is high for ball one. Kim checks the runner at second and delivers. Low and inside for ball two. 2-0 pitch. That one's high and outside for ball three. The 3-0 pitch. In there for strike one.
I still have the pitches, but I don't have the speed in.
3-1 now the count. One out here in the bottom of the fifth. Runners on first and second. Pitch. Curves and drops in there for a strike. Sweet had actually tossed his bat and was getting ready to trot down to first as the pitch dropped so low after crossing the plate that it actually skipped away from Reed. It fooled everyone except the umpire who called the strike. And we have a full count now. Payoff pitch.
Yeah.
And it just drops a little too low, and that's a walk to load the bases. Now up is Richardson with the bases loaded and one out. His last time up, he hit a foul pop-up that was caught by Reed behind the plate. First pitch from Kim is in the dirt, collected by Reed for ball one, as the stadium lights have started coming on out here at Acton Boxborough Regional High School, and we've got a mound visit. One of the reasons we were able to start this game at 7 instead of the usual 5:45 that a lot of other games have started as is because of these stadium lights that allow you to keep playing as the sun starts going down. So the mound visit ends. And Richardson steps back in with a 1-0 count, one out, and the bases loaded. Pitch drops too far off the table, 2-0. 2-0 pitch. That one is high for ball 3. So again, 3 straight balls thrown by John Kim. The 3-0 pitch. Straight down Broadway for strike 1. This is a problem some pitchers have when runners start getting in scoring position. They start getting nervous and start painting around the box a little too much, and this one is in the dirt. And that'll be a bases loaded walk that brings in Alex Smith. So Acton is now on the board and trails Brookline 1-5. And the potential tying run comes to the plate, and it's Jake Offiero. First pitch is low. Dribbles away from Reed for a bit, but nothing dangerous. Ball 1. The 1-0 pitch. Just inside, ball 2. Here's the pitch. Connected. It's a slow dribbler over to third. Thrown to home for the first out. Thrown down to first, and it gets away. That's going to bring in a run. And the guy's rounding third, and they're trying to make the play. Oh, it's getting way away from them. Right fielder just tracking it down now, and Offiero runs all the way around to third as 2 runs come in on the error of the attempted double play. So Offiero grounds into what is effectively a fielder's choice. Ricardone was thrown out at home, but then the attempted throw down to first got away, and this one is slapped and just foul by the leadoff hitter Coakley for an 0-1 count. And this one is slapped over the third baseman's head and away from the shortstop, and in to score is Offiero. So it's now a 5-4 game as Jack Bartle comes up. And the runner is going on this pitch, and defensive indifference lets him go. Though given the game situation, that would not be scored as defensive indifference. And we got another runner. He's taking off for third. This ball is hit. It's a grounder, and the shortstop was out of position. The tying run is coming in. Coakley comes in to score. So a couple of unlucky ground balls for Brookline, and this game is tied, as now up is Kevin Campbell. And the runner is taking off on this pitch. This time Jess Reed comes up throwing, but he doesn't get him in time. So Bartle steals second, and now the go-ahead run is in scoring position. Everything started with that bases loaded play where they had the out at home, tried to finish the inning with a throw down to first, and then a couple runs came in, and now we've got a pitching change as Jack Martell comes in. So Martell will be warming up. So with a runner on second and 2 outs, the game is tied at 5 as Jack Martell warms up in relief of John Kim. Once again, just backtracking a bit, they loaded the bases courtesy of a pair of singles to center by Alex Smith and Frank Ricardone. Then Bobby Sweet came in as a pinch hitter, walked to load the bases, and then Drew Richardson walked to bring in Alex Smith for the first run. Offiero grounded into a fielder's choice that was thrown out at home, so Ricardo was thrown out at home. But then Jasper Reed tried to throw the batter out at first to end the inning, missed, and the ball flew into right field. Sweet came in to score, and Richardson came in to score, and Offiero ran all the way to third to make it 5-3. Coakley hit a single to drive in Offiero, as we've got this ball fouled to the backstop by Campbell. So after Coakley's single brought in Offiero to make it 5-4, Bartle stole second. No, not Bartle. Bartle came to the plate. Coakley stole second. And then Bartle hit a single that was in part thanks to a hit-and-run play that had pulled the shortstop out of position. And Coakley came in to score the tying run. And now Bartle has stolen second and stands at second. Campbell skies this one, being tracked by the shortstop, caught by McGrath. That was a lot to keep track of that inning, but ultimately, the game is now tied. The go-ahead run is stranded at second base after Martell comes in and cleans things up. And we'll head into the top of the 6th inning of this now even ball game. I'm Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan, live at Acton Boxborough Regional High School, and we'll be right back after a short break. Stay tuned. Hello and welcome back to Acton Boxborough Regional High School in Acton, Massachusetts. I am Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan, here with the top of the 6th inning of this youth baseball game between Brookline and Acton that has now been tied up at 5. Leading off the top of the 6th for Brookline is Caleb McGrath. First pitch. Skips away, ball 1. Of course, McGrath caught the last out of that previous inning. Just everything that could have gone wrong did go wrong for Brookline. The 1-0 pitch is low for ball 2. Brookline came into that half inning leading 5-0 and came out of it now tied at 5. Next pitch catches the inside corner for strike 1. So McGrath now facing a 2-1 count against Alex Smith. Pitch catches the outside corner this time, 2-2. Now the 2-2 pitch. As McGrath swings, it's in the dirt, and he missed it. They try and throw him out from the catcher position. They do. A dropped third strike results in the 2-3 force out. And now Andrew Silverman comes up with 1 out in the inning. The pitch, and it's connected on. This one's flying out to right center, and that one's going to drop. This one is going to go for extra bases as Silverman rounds first. He heads down to second. It's now being thrown back, and oh my gosh, Silverman's going for third. He's not going to, oh my gosh, they dropped it. Andrew Silverman showing some absolute guts there, taking off for third. He did not have that. The throw had him beat dead to rights, but the throw to third was mishandled. And so he gets to slide in safely to third, and just like that, with 1 out, Brookline has the go-ahead run just 90 feet from the plate, with their relief pitcher, Jack Martell, stepping into the box, hoping to add to his own cause. Gutsy play by Silverman there. I can't say that enough. He had a great hit there. Easy double to right center, and he tried to stretch out into something else, and credit to him, he succeeded. First pitch to Martell. Low and away, ball 1. Martell's last at bat, he struck out swinging to lead up the top of the 4th. See if he can make contact this time, as here comes the pitch. He swings and connects. This is a grounder through the left gap. In comes Silverman, and Brookline leads once again. Boy, that has got to be demoralizing if you're Acton. You go through so much trials and tribulations to make that huge comeback, and then the next half inning, Brookline retakes the lead. That, my friends, is how you kill momentum. And we're going to have a pinch runner. So as Eli Rothman steps in, Declan Tracy is running for Martell. And I kind of get the logic there as the first pitch catches the zone for strike 1. You've got your relief pitcher in a tight game, and pitching power, it all comes from the legs. So you want that guy's legs fresh when he takes the mound again the next inning. This next pitch drops low. That's ball 1. Eli Rothman, his last time up, he reached on an error at third, then was out on a fielder's choice, and an attempted pickoff throw gets away from first, but Tracy decides to hold at first instead of risk it. Rothman steps back in. 1-1 still the count. Smith sets. And the pitch came in just as Rothman was trying to call time. Not much he could do there. And it comes in for a strike to make it 1-2. 1-2 the count. 1 out in the inning. Runner at first. And again, the same thing happened, only this time pitch drops low, 2-2. I'm not sure what's going on, but the past 2 pitches, Rothman has tried to call time just as the pitch is being thrown. I don't know if it's bad timing or what, but here comes the 2-2 pitch. Rothman swings and connects. This is a slow dribbler over to third. They get the lead runner at second, try to throw him out at first, and it skips away from the first baseman, and Rothman takes off for second. And it skips out of play, and Rothman will hold at second. So Tracy is out at second. And then an error on the throw to first. Allows Rothman to not only reach safely, but go to second. And we've got another pinch hitter. This is Ian Glick as the pitch skips away from the catcher, and Rothman darts out to third. And yes, this is number 2, Ian Glick, batting in place of Brage Golding. So a lefty for a lefty. Next pitch is in there for a strike. So a 1-1 count, 2 outs, runner at third. Here's the pitch. That one catches the zone. And I must have lost track of the strikes because that is strike 3. So the top of the 6th ends, but Brookline once again has the lead thanks to a gutsy play by Andrew Silverman and a nice follow-up hit by Jack Martell. The relief pitcher adding to his own cause with an RBI single that drove in the center fielder after he hit a double to right center. Tried to stretch it into a triple he had absolutely no rights to, but then made it safely anyway on an error on the throw to third base. So, I mean, again, I can say that he wasn't going to make it all I want, but he made it, even if it was because of an error. You really can't argue with the results. So now Martell back on the hill for the bottom of the 6th inning with his team back in the lead after a tough bottom of the 5th inning. And leading off for Acton will be the cleanup hitter and the catcher, Kyle Chi. And then it'll cycle back to Nick Beck, who had the first at-bat of the last inning, as Acton almost hit around the order last inning. Chi's last time up, he grounded out to short. Of course, that was towards the end of starting pitcher John Kim's streak of 10 consecutive outs before things kind of fell apart there in the bottom of the 5th. Martell's first pitch to Chi is in there for a strike. Even Chi looked a little frustrated with himself that he just stared at it. Now the 0-1 pitch. This one's high for ball 1. The 1-1 pitch. And it's connected. It gets past the pitcher, and it can't be collected by Roach at second. So Kyle Chi reaches on a fielding error. A tough bounce. It got past the pitcher Martell and then got past the second baseman Owen Roach. Martell was really stretching out for it, but that was coming right to Roach and it just skipped past him. So Chi reaches, and now Beck comes back to the plate. Pitch. And we got a pickoff attempt at first.
Yeah.
And they don't get him. So the first pitch was in there for a strike. So we've got an 0-1 count. Beck's last time up, he grounded into a nice diving stab by Rocco Shorgy that resulted in the first out of the inning. This time, he swings and misses for strike 2. So an 0-2 count. Runner at first, 1 out in the bottom of the 6th inning. And the pickoff throw to first again, not in time. Base running did wonders for Acton at the end of that 5th inning rally. Brookline hoping to avoid that as Nick Beck hits a slow dribbler into foul territory down the third base line. Shorgy was trying to chase it down and even dove for it. It bounced off his glove, but this time it was foul. So the count remains 0-2. Pitch from Martell. Outside, ball 1. Here's the pitch. Connected. Shorgy can't dive for it that time.
Stop, Rocco.
And this time, Beck reaches safely.
Stop, Rocco.
So an infield single puts runners at first and second with nobody out for Alex Smith. He hit a single to center to get the rally going last inning and came around to score on a bases-loaded walk. Martell checks the runner at second. Winds and fires. This one is high for ball 1. So very quickly, Acton threatening again. They've got Kyle Chi at second, Nick Beck at first, and nobody out here in the bottom of the 6th. This one's high and inside for ball 2.
Let's go, J-Mark.
2-0 the count. Starting to see the same problems that Kim had once runners started getting on base. Start missing the strike zone. The 2-0 pitch. High again for ball 3. So 3-0 the count. Starting to feel like a bit of deja vu from last inning. Here's the 3-0 pitch. Down Broadway for strike one. 3-1 the count. Here's the pitch. He skies this one. It's out into center field, caught by Silverman. Runner starts to take off, but decides not to. So no runners advance on the fly out to center field. And now Frank Ricardone comes to the plate. His last time up, he also had a single to center, directly following up Alex Smith's single the previous inning. He was thrown out at home, but was a significant part of the rally. Here's the pitch. High and inside, ball one. Kyle Chi still at second. Nick Beck stands at first. Now 1 out in the inning. Brookline leading Acton 6-5. Pitch from Martell. It's connected on. This one's flying out to center field. Silverman chases it, and he catches it and hurls it back into the infield. What a day Andrew Silverman is having in the field. Whether it's the routine fly balls that he can take a few steps to, or the ones he has to sprint for, he was playing a little more towards the left side of center field, and that one went a little more towards the right side, so he really had to sprint for that one, but he collected it well, spun around, and chucked it back into the infield to prevent any advances. So 2 outs, and now this pitch from Martell in there for a strike to Timmy Smith, who's back in the batter's box, the lefty. And it's a strike again, so a quick 0-2 count. Of course, last inning, Bobby Sweet hit for Timmy Smith. Now it's Timmy Smith back in the box, facing an 0-2 count with 2 outs. Runners on first and second. The pitch swung on and missed, and Martell gets him out of the jam. Some impressive resilience by the Brookline defense there, particularly Martell on the mound, and of course Andrew Silverman in center field. That's 6 innings in the books. Brookline clinging to a small 6-5 lead over Acton in what has been a fantastic ball game so far. We've got 1 inning left in regulation, and I'll be back to broadcast it after a short break. Stay tuned. Hello and welcome back. We are now in the top of the 7th inning of this Lou Tompkins All-Star League Youth Baseball game between Brookline and Acton. Brookline holding a slim 6-5 lead, and Acton bringing out a new pitcher for this inning, replacing starter Alex Smith with reliever Kevin Campbell, a southpaw hurler who throws in a strike to Owen Roach for the first pitch of the inning. Campbell will be facing the top of Brookline's lineup, Owen Roach, Rocco Shorgy, and Aiden Chin. As he delivers the 0-1 pitch, it dips low and inside for ball 1. The 1-1 pitch from Campbell is low again for ball 2. Roach's last time up, he popped out to the deep parts of the infield to the shortstop. And this time he skies it again. This one's going into shallow right. Is it going to drop? It drops! Nobody could reach it, and Owen Roach hits a bloop single into probably the only spot of right field that no one was going to catch with that kind of hang time. So now Rocco Shorgy comes to the plate. His last time up, he hit a towering double to deep left to lead off the top of the 5th inning. He managed to get down to 3rd, but got no further than that. Now he's showing bunt with Roach at first base. Campbell throws, and oh, it hits him! Shorgy gets hit for the second time today. He pulled back from the bunt as if he was going to fake and go for the full swing, but it didn't matter because it was too far inside and it hit him. So Shorgy's been hit in the leg, and now he just got hit in the arm. He's taken it from all angles today. And now Aiden Shin steps up with runners on first and second and no outs. The pitch from Campbell is high, almost gets away from the catcher, but is caught for ball one. Aiden Shin last time up, he flew out to center field. He managed to advance Shorgy from second to third, but of course Shorgy got no further. 1-0 pitch. Swung on and missed, strike one. Got him with the high heat that time. And now Shin needs a brief timeout to properly adjust his mask. Of course, the offensive players all wearing face masks in accordance with COVID-19 guidelines, as all of us in the stands, myself included, are of course wearing masks as well. The 1-1 pitch, swung on, he caught him up high again, strike two. And mask comes a little undone again. Shin readjusts it. Now facing a 1-2 count. Here's the pitch. This one is high for ball two. Everything's been on the high end of the zone so far this at bat. And the coach, third base coach, coming down telling Chin he's got to fix his mask as it was coming off a little bit. He puts it back on. Not sure what was going on there. Some technical difficulties. The 2-2 pitch from Campbell. Swung on and missed, strike three. Got him with the same pitch every time. Upstairs, upstairs, and upstairs, and we've got a pinch hitter. This is Daniel Villa hitting for John Kim. First pitch inside for a ball. One and 0 the count. Runners at first and second, one out. Campbell delivers. Villa was showing bunt, but he pulled back as it was low and inside for ball two. Owen Roach standing at second. Rocco Shorgy at first. One out in this inning. Campbell checks the runner. Checks again. Winds and delivers. Villa swings and misses. Strike one. 2-1 now the count. Campbell sets. Checks the runner and delivers. Shows bunt again. He pulls back and it goes all the way to the backstop and the runners take off. It sounded like it might have hit Villa, but they're not saying it did. Either way, the wild pitch allows Roach to trot down to third and Shorgy to second. So now two in scoring position. A 3-1 count to Daniel Villa. One out in the inning. Wind up and pitch. He fouls it to the backstop. So strike two there. And we've got a full count. Villa, the substitution hitter, with two runners in scoring position. Payoff pitch. In the dirt, and it skips away, and Roach takes off for home. He's going to score easily. Roach flies so high for the high five after that score, he actually misses his teammate's hand. So a walk, a wild pitch, and Roach scores. And Shorgy trots down to third, and Brookline extends its lead to 7-5 as Jasper Reed steps up to the plate with runners on the corners and one out. Campbell checks the runner at first, delivers. Reed, big cut, but he missed. Shorgy stands third. Villa at first. Campbell checks the runner and fires. Catches the inside corner for strike 2. An 0-2 count to Jasper Reed. His last time up, he struck out swinging to end the top of the 5th. Now he faces an 0-2 count with 1 out in the top of the 7th. Runner goes, he connects and fouls down the third base line. So Reed stays alive in the at-bat, and Villa shows that Brookline is ready to run on anything here. 0-2, still the count to Reed. Campbell checks the runner, and he decides to throw back to first. Villa jumps back easily. Of course, he took off on the attempted hit and run on the previous pitch, but it was foul, so nothing doing. Campbell checks the runner again, winds and fires. Runner takes off again, swung on and missed by Reed. Strikeout, but Villa goes down to second. So now we've got runners on second and third for Caleb McGrath. Pitch from Campbell. Catches the high end of the strike zone, strike 1. McGrath last time struck out and was thrown out at first on a dropped third strike to lead off the top of the 6th. Now he's got runners on second and third with 2 down in the top of the 7th. Pitches in the dirt, gets a little bit away from the catcher but not far enough to warrant a run, so both runners hold. Instead it'll just be ball 1. One and one, the count to McGrath. Campbell winds and fires, swung on and missed. 1-2 now the count. Brookline holding on to a 7-5 lead after Roach came in to score on a wild pitch. Here's the pitch from Campbell. Connects, but fouls it to the right side. Count remains 1-2. Campbell sets the 1-2. He connects. It's a slow dribbler over to second, taking some weird hops. And he's safe! Oh my gosh, he reached! A weird, slow, high hop gave McGrath a chance to make it, and the throw from the second baseman just not urgent enough. And so McGrath reaches on an infield single, and Rocco Shorgy comes in to score. Brookline leads 8-5 as Andrew Silverman is now at the plate. The throw back to first to check McGrath, as Daniel Villa also got to go down to third on that infield hit. Silverman with runners on the corners and 2 down. The pitch, inside, ball 1. Just a little too much hesitation from the second baseman. I mean, there have been some weird hops from this infield. I understand the caution, but when you've got a guy dashing for home, as the next pitch is swung on and missed by Silverman. That's the thing, hesitation and caution can be smart at times, but at times it can prove costly, especially in a close game. Runner takes off, swung on and missed by Silverman, and they simply let McGrath take second base unchallenged. 1-2 the count to Silverman. Runners on second and third, 2 down. The pitch, he connects, it's going down the third base line, and it's foul. For a second, it looked like it was fair. It looked like it went over the bag, but the ump says, nope, to the left of the bag. That's a foul ball. People were ready for that one to bring in 2 runs. They were starting to get excited there, but the tension remains with the 1-2 count. Pitch from Campbell. That's low for ball 2. Brookline now leads 8-5 after scrapping and clawing for a couple of runs this inning. Pitch from Campbell, and it's skied by Silverman. Shortstop is under it, and he dropped it! Oh my gosh! Wait. Oh no, I think it was caught by the left fielder after it was juggled by the shortstop. I am not entirely sure what just happened there, but either way, the ump called out. The top of the 7th is over. You got a guy asking, how do you score that? I don't even know. I think you just have to score it a 7 because when it's a flyout, you only give one number. Yes, it was bobbled by somebody else, but that would have just been an error if it resulted in no out. And other than that, doesn't mean anything. A quasi-assist, I guess, as the pop-up to shallow left is bobbled by the shortstop and then caught by the left fielder. What a bizarre play in a game that's already been full of bizarre plays. Heck, in an inning that was full of bizarre plays. Let's round it out as we get ready for the bottom of the 7th. Kevin Campbell took over for Alex Smith on the mound for Acton. Owen Roach started off with a bloop single to shallow right that had 3 fielders chasing it down and none of them could catch it. Rocco Shorgy started off showing bunt in his at-bat, but instead gets hit by the pitch on the first pitch, and instantly they had runners on first and second. Aiden Chin struck out swinging. Daniel Villa came in as a pinch hitter for John Kim, and 2 wild pitches allowed Roach to score and Shorgy to advance to third. Jasper Reed came up and struck out swinging, although Villa trotted down to second. Then Caleb McGrath basically stole an infield single from the Acton fielders on a slow dribbler with some weird hops over to the second baseman. The second baseman was just too cautious and trying to make sure he made no mistakes in getting the final out of the inning. And in the end, McGrath stole a hit. Still counts as a hit. There was no error on the play, but let's face it, he stole that hit. And Shorgy came in to score. And then, after McGrath took second with Villa at third, Silverman popped out into that weird, almost 6-7 play, and we've got a new pitcher for Brookline. This is Caleb McGrath, taking over for Jack Martell at the pitcher position. And he'll be facing number 18, Drew Richardson. And the first pitch is swung on and missed for a strike. So 0-1 the count to start the inning. Next pitch, swung on and missed again. 0-2 count real quick. Score Brookline 8, Acton 5. Here in the last frame of regulation. Here comes the 0-2 pitch, swung on and missed, and he gets the strikeout. Next up is Jake Offiero. His last at-bat was part of that 5th inning rally, the turning point of it as he grounded into a fielder's choice, but then an error. Here comes the pitch, and it catches the low end of the strike zone, strike 1. Of course, that error led to 2 runs scoring and kept things alive for 2 more runs to score and tie the game, as Offiero fouls the next pitch into the dirt for strike 2. So 0-2 the count really quick. Caleb McGrath, in 5 pitches, has yet to throw a ball. Pitch, catches him inside, strike 3. Back-to-back strikeouts, and McGrath off to a great start. 6 pitches, 6 strikes, 2 outs, and now with the top of the lineup coming back around with Timmy Coakley. This is Acton's last chance. First pitch from McGrath is in the dirt, and that's the first ball he's thrown this inning. An impressive strike percentage still, 6 of 7. Coakley his last time up. As the pitch comes in, and it's down Broadway for the strike. Coakley's last time up after Fierro. He singled to left to drive in Fierro. Here's the pitch. Swung on and hit. It's fielded by Shorgy at third. He throws over to first, and there's your ball game. Brookline wins 8-5 in a stellar matchup, I gotta say. That was entertaining to watch. I'm sure it was for all the people that decided to show up today. Must have been a heck of a game to play in for those players. Brookline started out with 2 ugly runs in the first inning. One scored on a double play with the bases loaded. Another scored on a fielding error to take a quick 2-0 lead. Second inning passed by uneventfully. And then in the third inning, Brookline added to their lead, again, courtesy of some errors that kept the inning alive, but the runs ultimately came on a liner single over the shortstop's head by Jasper Reed that scored Owen Roach and Rocco Shorgy to make it 4-0, and then a single through the left gap by Caleb McGrath to bring in Aiden Shin and make it 5-0. Score remained there for a number of frames, and then in the bottom of the 5th, Acton made things interesting. Managed to load the bases with 1 out, draw a bases-loaded walk by Drew Richardson that brought in Alex Smith for Acton's first run. Then Jake Fierro grounded into a fielder's choice at home, but then an error on the attempted double play throw to first brought in 2 more runs and brought Fierro all the way around to third to make it 5-3. Timmy Coakley singled in Fierro to make it 5-4 on a weird hop that went over Shorgy's head and past McGrath's outstretched glove. That made it 5-4. Then Jack Bartle hit another single that went through the infield and into left on a hit-and-run play that pulled McGrath out of position, and Coakley came in to score the tying run. That inning managed to end right after that, despite there being a runner once again on second after a steal as Kevin Campbell popped out to the shortstop. Brookline responded immediately in the top of the 6th as Andrew Silverman daringly stretched a double to right center into effectively a triple after an error on the throw down to third base. And then Jack Martell followed up with a single through the left gap that drove in Silverman for the go-ahead score that would ultimately be the winning score. In the top of the 7th, Campbell came in on the mound to replace Alex Smith. And in this one, Owen Roach started off with a shallow single to right. Shorgy was hit by a pitch. And then a pair of wild pitches allowed Roach to come in to score. Daniel Villa drew a walk. And then Caleb McGrath stole an infield single to drive in Rocco Shorgy. And that was the last of the scoring, as relief pitchers Jack Martell and Caleb McGrath did a stellar job holding off a surging Acton offense. There were no runs scored after Martell took over for starting pitcher John Kim, although Kim had a solid outing up until that 5th inning, and then things unfortunately kind of went to pieces, in part because of the throwing error. So the final score here at Acton-Boxborough Regional High School in Acton, Massachusetts is Brookline 8, Acton 5. Brookline improves to a 5-2 record with their 4th consecutive win, while Acton falls to 5-1 with their first loss of the season. This marks the 2nd undefeated team that Brookline has taken down in the past 2 weeks and in the past 4 games as part of their winning streak. It started with a win over undefeated Waltham, and now they've advanced it to 4 with a win over undefeated Acton. So for everybody who's tuned in and listened to this broadcast, thank you so much. I appreciate all the support that you guys give me as I attempt to improve with each broadcast and give you the best coverage I can. I am Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan, signing off for tonight. Good night, everybody.